watching. Your neighbors are watching. They're watching when you're going through a test. They want to know that if that God that you say you really serve and you trust in and believe in him, do you really trust and believe him? They don't want to hear you say, I prayed to God yesterday and he came through today. Guess what? They want to know that if God take you through the ringer, will you still be positioned? Will you still be postured? Will you still be standing on his word when it don't look like you a child of God? And what I mean by that is like if you know how some people say, well, if you a child of God, why they going through all of that? Well, I tell people, well, you must don't understand. You must ain't read the Bible because a lot of people that got almost everybody that God called went through the ringer. They was tested. They were tried. They went through everything. You would be like, dang, if God protected, even David said, people are mocking me because they said he believed in God. They're mocking me because they said he waiting on God. She waiting on God. And look at her life just look like it's all over the place. But position yourself in spite of what others may see. Because how many of y'all know that it's always glory after your situation? God never leaves us in an undone situation. After we've done all that we know to do and we stood on the word of God, when God come through, the whole world is going to be like, whoa. His glory will be shown through us, right? The glory of Jesus' responsibility was shown after he was what? Crucified. And then he rose again. That's when the glory, it wasn't when Jesus was just walking around talking to everybody, but the power came after Jesus was what? Beaten, bruised, and just battle fatigue, right? That's when the glory shone, because I'm going to tell you, if you're in a situation and you've been waiting years on God, I'm telling you, he going to come through. I'm saying this for myself. He going to come through. He's going to come through. Say he's going to come through. You may be waiting 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, 13 years, and people may be looking at you like, I think God forgot about you. You keep praying and saying the same thing year after year after year after year, and you're still in your situation. Where is your God? Are you positioned to say, yet though he slay me, I'm going to stand. I'm going to stand on the word of God. Even though it don't look like what he promised me just yet, I'm going to stand what? On the word of God. That's where people begin to believe that God is real. Not when you in your glory. They get envious when you're in your glory because they don't know your story, right? They get real envious, but they don't know all the you've been through, right? Right? They don't know all of that. They don't know when you sacrificed for other people. They don't know when you didn't have no money in the bank and it was looking like you had money in the bank. They don't know that when you didn't have enough money to buy lunch at work, it looked like you had money to buy money. They don't know. People steady asking you to borrow money when you was barely making it yourself. Because God, you trust in God. And know that it won't be like this always if we what? Trust, Lord. If we stand in his word, we stand on his word, we will not remain the same. What are some benefits to believers resting in God and simply standing after we've done all that we can do?